Okay. That's Om योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम् वागर्थाविव सम्पृक्तौ वागर्थप्रतिपत्तये जगतः पितरौ वन्दे पार्वती परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नमः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं हरिः ओम् श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् सर्वेभ्यः सुस्वागतम् एषा कक्षा इदानीं भजगोविन्दस्य अन्तिमकक्षा अस्ति. This is the last class of Bhaja Govindam. Okay, so we have finished all the shlokas. What I am now going to do is just to recap. We started with Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Moodamate, Samprapte Sannihite Kale, Nahi Nahi Rakshati Dokruin Karane. So we said we started with the term of Bhaja, and then we said Bhaja leads to Bhakti. It comes from the Bhakti comes from the root Bhaj, Bhaj Dhatoho, and then it comes to Bhakti. But then somewhere in between, Gnanena Vina Sadrisham. Without Gnana, there is no Mukti. That's where Acharya said Satsangatve Nissangatvam Nissangatve Nirmohatvam Nirmohatve Nischalatatvam Nischalatatve Jivan Mukti. So Nischala Tattvam 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 Jnanam Vihinam Jnanam Vihina Mukti Kadapi Na Labhyate. So what we saw was Bhaja Govindam was an intertwined darshana on Gnana and Bhakti. So if we recollect, what we did was we started with what karma is. We did not even start with, for most of us, we are in the day-to-day world and we want to get into this whole business of understanding what is life. Make sense of, our own day-to-day practices, taking care of our selves, then probably our kith and kin, children, wife, husband, parents, etc. And then, making sense of how to go about doing this in some particular way. So we started with the concept of karma and said that, all this is good, fantastic, nice way to lead a life. But this whole thing is a big systematic way of going up and down. That is basically jumping up and down to say, I will be in this loop of birth and death as long as there is some form of karma associated with me. Correct? Is that where we started with? Right. And then we said slowly, yes, this is a path taken, karma. Then Acharya said, leave out karma, there is no karma. And then you said, gnana and all that came in between. So he said, no, that is not what is meant. You need to ride two horses. That is basically Abhyudaya and Nishreyas. Correct? We spoke about two terms, Abhyudaya and Nishreyas. जगतः स्थितिकारणम् प्राणिनाम अभ्युदय निश्चय हेतु प्राणिनाम जगतः स्थिति कारणम. This is what Acharya said in his very first this one of Bhashya, when he started writing the Bhashya of Bhagavad Gita. This was his first statement. प्राणिनाम अभ्युदय निश्चय हेतु जगतः स्थिति कारणम is what he said. Correct? And then we said we need both Shreyas and Preyas margas. And in both of these margas, one is the Shreyo marga, where you go with, you go with a lot of, Preyo marga, where you go with a lot of karma and you want to earn a lot of things, live with a lot of things, etc. Now, as we are doing that, that will give you a form of Chitta Shuddhi. And then at the end of it, you will get into Gnana or Bhakti states. Karma can leave you, you cannot leave karma. That's what we said. And then we also said that, it is a state of where you have Agami karma, you have Sanchita karma, you have Prarabdha and then Agami. So how do you say, I don't want to accumulate anymore, I will just leave half and go. Finish the Prarabdha and finish it. So that's what will lead to Chitta Shuddhi. Once you get Chitta Shuddhi will lead your way towards sannyasa, towards getting that higher form of this. So we saw what that gnana is, and then I brought some shlokas around from the Taittiriya Upanishad. Adishto, Dhrishto, Barishtaha. What is 1 unit of happiness as per human level of happiness? Then 10 to the power 21 levels of Ananda and all that we described. That is the state of gnana. So then we discussed a lot of other things, and finally Acharya concluded with the few shlokas on one. Sorry. We saw the dream and the waking state at some point. What is the dream process and the waking process? And we said this whole world is a sort of a creation. Kamam, krodam, lobam, moham. Tyaktva pashyati soham. This is what we saw as the last set of shlokas, correct? Let me change the screen. Kamam, krodam, lobam, moham. Tyaktvatmanam pashyati soham. Atmagyana vihina moodaha. Te pachyante narakanirudaha. See, Atmagyana vihina. This is what we said, he started with bhakti and then said, bhakti and jnana are one and the same thing. Don't get confused. This is the intertwining of this. And he says, you get into the bhakti marga. Jnana will automatically come to you. Okay. Gyeyam Gita Nama Sahasram, Gyeyam Shripati Rupam Ajasram, Neyam Sajjana Sange Chittam, Deyam Dina Janaya Cha Viktam. So do all these things, acts. Don't say I'm not doing anything. Sukata kriyate Rama bhogaha, Paschad hante sharire rogaha, Yadyapi loke maranam sharanam, Tadapi namunchati papacharanam. This was the shloka. Then we saw a few more. Then we saw these things. Wait, what was the last? Yeah. This was the set. Artham anartham bhavaya nityam nasti tatas sakalesha satyam putradapi dhanabhajam bhitihi. They are afraid. To get gnana, get out of fear. Simple. Very simple.
Out of this family.
You live out all forms of fears and everything at where they need to say. Sarvatra esha vihita ritihi. Pranayamam pratyaharam. Nitya nitya viveka vicharam. Jap sametam adividhanam. Jat sameta samadhi vidhanam. So this is the yoga. Japa, tapa, samadhi, vidhana is the yoga part. Kurva vadhanam. Mahadavadhanam. That is the part to take. Guru Charanambaja Nirbhara Bhakta. Say again, Bhakta. Samsarad Bhakta Bhava Mukta. Sendriya Manasa Indriya Manasa Niyamadeva Drakshyasi Nijahridayastam Devam. So see that thing within your heart. Don't run all around. It's like, that famous this one which comes in Atma Bodha. You keep your spectacles like this and keep running the entire world to look for your spectacles. So that does not work. So there, of course, it is that Mangal Sutra example is given where uh, Mangalya Dharana is done and she runs around finding where is my Mangalya. So this is what we saw in the last class, and we said, Bhagavan Kim Upadeyam. What is eternally to be accepted? Guru's words. What is never to be performed? That which is against Dharma. Heyam api kim akaryam. So then that is okay. That is all right. You all said, okay, Guru's word should never be questioned. You should accept. You should do all that. Good point. Good, great, fantastic. Ko Guru, who is a Guru then? I mean, that is the most critical question, no? Whether then I should be clear on if I should be accepting somebody's word, I should know who is that person whose word I should be accepting. So, Acharya has very clearly defined a Guru. Adhigata Tattvaha. One who is always in the know of things. Fully immersed in everything that is to be known. Shishya Hitaya Udyataha. Keeps working, udyataha, working, always working. Shishya hitaya, in the interest of students. Kada, is it today, is it tomorrow, was it yesterday? Satatam, eternally. So if somebody takes you as your shishya, that means that person should have these qualities. One, know everything. Second, shishya hitaya udyataha, and eternally doing that. So that is where we said, this is where we stopped last time. So what we will do in today's class, I'll spend about half an hour. And after that, I want you people to just speak and give your views on how it went, what it went, etc., etc. Couple of thoughts I wanted to share on, this is a bhakti, this is a, if it is not, it's not truly a bhakti grantha, this is mostly what I would call, it's a prakarana grantha. It's an intertwining of bhakti, but very, very carefully hidden in it is jnana. So very, very, very intelligently, Acharya has pushed us towards that jnana and said, follow the path of bhakti, you'll get there. Both are not different. It's easy, go there. It's like saying, telling the kids, swimming, the child is afraid to walk and all that. Is, it's okay. I'm sitting here, come to me. That's what we'll see what happens. Over time, the child will learn to walk. Similarly, Acharya is saying, no, there is nothing different. You don't need all that Dukrung Karane and all those things. Don't fight over that. Don't get into that, so much of doing that. It's all good. Nice. Start getting into bhakti. Start Bhaja Govindam. Govindam Bhaja. Kim Bhavishyate te Drakshyasi. Starts looking at it. And slowly walk towards me. He says, no, you'll get Jnana in here. Over time, you already realized that, okay. This was something that I had to do. It's one and the same thing. Now, the process of walking and walking are one and the same thing. No. The process of learning to walk and walking are exactly the same. That's not very different. So, that's exactly what Bhakti and Jnana does to you. So, the thing is that you start with something and you get there. So, what I want to conclude with is the form of Bhakti. Okay. Bhaktasya gunani kani. What are the, who is a Bhakta? That's a question we should ask. No, we asked who is the Guru. Now you have asked who is the Guru. Yeah. Then you said, I need to get this and I should be like this and Guru should be like this and I should be a Shishya, all those things. Let us ask, then who is a Bhakta? What happens in the case of a Bhakta? Let's look at that. Let's ask that question. This is very beautifully answered in Bhagavad Gita. All you need to do is open chapter 12 of Bhagavad Gita. Very simple 25, 22, 24 slokas. Very beautifully put down. And just recite them to begin with. Then you will realize what it is. Lot of beautiful, beautiful things. Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitra karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankaraha samadukha kshami. Dveshta. No dvesha. Kutra na dvesha? With my bandhavas, with my friends, with my near and dear ones? No, no, no. Sarvabhutanam adveshta. No hatred. See, getting angry over a situational, contextually getting angry versus taking that over and exposing it as a part of your hatred are two different things. If you carry it back, that's what turns into hatred. Suppose you can say, yes, there is a situationally, I need to act in a particular way. As we saw, dream state, wake state, all those things. This is a drama that has been created somewhere. And I need to act situationally. Yes, a child is not eating, a mother has to get angry, slap that child and make that child eat. Nothing wrong with it. Close it there, but do you get into this level of, oh, this child did not eat, so I'm going to hate this child from now. Can you ever do that? That is adveshta. Take that and don't stop it with your child. Take that to a point of sarvabhutanam. Everything. Not just your near and dear ones, not just your friends, not everyone, but everything, every place, every situation, everything that you do. Don't carry that back. Don't carry a residual. That's the problem with the world, no? With all of us. What happens? We act in a particular way in a particular situation. Has to happen. That is a situational thing. How many of us can say the situation is over, that is done? I don't need to come back and think over that. We can't do that, no? Because we are trained, or rather we are sort of conditioned to take things back and ruminate. That's a natural scope of things. That is where Acharya came in and said, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. So instead of, taking random situations and ruminating over those as thoughts, listen to certain things, come back, ruminate over certain better things. So that you develop adveshta, sarvabhutanam adveshta. Maitra is mitra. Mitra sambhava. Karuna evacha. Nirmamaha. There is no mamatva. I am doing this because this is my something. I am doing this because the situation demands it is a different story. Because there is that I-ness and my-ness coming into this, you don't need to do that. And who is that doing? Nirahankara. Nimitta matram bhava savyasachi is what he said in third chapter. Nirahankaraha. Samadukkaha. Samasukha dukkha sukhaha. Equanimity in good as well as okay, fine. If something did not go well, okay, so wait. And forgiveness. Now, this forgiveness is sort of always misunderstood. We take it for granted. The whole ahimsa business has taken this forgiveness concept to a very wrong state. You can forgive only when you are in a position to forgive. First and foremost, get to that position of being able to forgive. That is, you have the authority to choose between punishing, not punishing, and forgiving. If you do not have the agency to punish or take action against something that is wrong, then this false state of I forgive you is not going to work. Does not work. Best example is Draupadi for this. She had a case. She built up a case, got her husbands to fight the war, got the whole thing, everything came back. End of story. Right? Ashwathama at the end of it went and killed all her children. Krishna says, okay, it's time we finish Ashwathama. In fact, Bhima says that. Bhima goes and says, time to finish Ashwathama, let me do that. That is a point where she can choose to do it or not do it. She says, no. I am a mother. I have lost 5 children. I can probably live. Ashwathama also has a mother. She will feel bad, so let's not do this. You're in the position to forgive. There's a difference. She has an agency which could have punished Ashwathama. She did not. That is the form of kshama that Krishna is talking about. Not a form that you say, I don't have a choice. I don't have anything else to do. Somebody has put a gun on my head, so I don't have a choice. I say, I forgive you. No, that doesn't work. Sorry. So that is to be seen with, so this concept is to be seen with that, in that lens. Then, santushtaha satatam, contented. The state of contentment, satatam, we just saw the word satatam before. Eternally contented with whatever comes. Yogi, yatatma, dridhanishchayaha. Firm, very firm in what is to be done and what is not to be done. Situationally aware. Okay. Mayyarpita manobuddhihi. Tvameva sharanam vraja. Sharanagata bhava. Right. Yo mad bhakta same priyaha. So is it? Again, we'll talk one more thing I'll show you. Who is the Sarveshu Bhakteshu Ke Priyaha is the question that Krishna answers once again. We'll talk about that again. Yasmat Naha Dvijaha Te Lokaha Lokat Naha Dvijate Chayaha Harsha Harsha Bhayodvegaihi Muktaha, one who is emotive but not emotional. One who is who respects the world and who is respected by the world in return. Dvijate lokaha, one who wins the loka and where the loka also wins over him. Both are one and the same thing. Harsha, Amarsha, Bayaha, Udvegaha. In spite of all this, all the negative emotions that you can think of, positive, negative, all forms of emotions. Muktaha, who is mukta of all these, from all these. Doesn't mean that there is no form of happiness or sadness in that. That's a situational context that the mind will go through. As long as you are alive, that will be there. You can't say yes or no to it. That will go on. Anapekshaha, Shuchir Dakshaha, Shuchihi, zero expectations. Shuchihi, clean-minded. Shuchi, yes, there is Bahya, Shuchi, Antara Shuchi. Shuchi is cleanliness. Shuchi means cleanliness. Bahya Shuchi, Antara Shuchi, both. Udasinaha Gatavyataha. Udasinaha here does not mean, lax. Udasinaha means here quite contented but not there is not reactive, if I were to say. Unreactive. It is not that you are not responding to situation. You are not reacting to situation. Unreactive. Sarvarambha parityagi. Mameva sharanam vraja. Correct. That's what Sarvarambha parityagi has been coming with it again and again. So this comes with nirmamo nirahankara. How do you get to this, Get rid of this, agency problem. We all have this agency problem. No, I am doing this. It is my work. I need to do this. Somebody else, how can somebody else take this job? How can somebody else finish this? It takes that minus and I-ness, express it in the form of showing it on others. It is directed always to somebody else. It's never directed towards others. How can I not be getting this? How can my this one not be doing this? So that I am doing, this is mine. Okay. Engage in all set of worldly activities. This is the kind of algorithm that goes through. If you say I and my, if it's a success, fantastic. Well, very good. Growing feeling of I-ness and minus. Yes, mine, I did this, I achieved this, I did so on and so forth. You get into more and more work. Then as you grow higher in the ladder, that is a pyramid structure there. Your tolerance for failure comes down, no? Because as you grow up, then somebody else also starts putting that I and my on you because you started with it to begin with. How can you ever go wrong? How can you be cooking like this? How can you be, taking this work? How can you not be doing this? How can you fail as something? So tolerance to failure comes down. So propensity to failure increases. A depression state of, oh, well, the world is all useless and this is nothing and so on and so forth. And, you can get into all sorts of, that is a whole different world that you can create for yourself. The dream world was nothing. You can daydream and get into that state. Correct? Then destroy. If it's a failure, you're already in that depressed state. No problem at all. You can work towards it. You can engage in more activities. It's a cycle. So the moment you take out that I-ness, then a lot of things fit in. Okay. Na hrishyati, the same thing. Same thing says, this is one way that all our Indian philosophies say. Shraddhaya deyam, ashraddhaya adeyam. Shraddhaya deyam is good. Okay, give it with shraddha. Ashraddhaya adeyam. Don't give it without shraddha. So that means you're first of all emphasizing something. You have to emphasize it set twice. So similarly, in the previous shloka, if I were to go back, Adveta sarvabhutanam, don't have any dvesha. Yo na hrishyati na dveshti, na shochati na kankshati. No expectation. Same thing. He'll repeat the same thing. Shubha Shiva Parityagi. Labha Labha Jaya Jaya. He said that earlier sometime. Okay. Samashatrocha Mitrecha. Tata Manapamanayoho. Shitosha Sukadukeshu. Savasanga Vivarjitaha. You don't associate with, you situationally act in a particular way, but you don't associate with that action in any which way. Tulyanindaha stutirmaunihi. Santushto yena kenachita. Oh, there will be people who will come and say, you did a good job today. The same person will come tomorrow and depending on how somebody or you yourself are processing a certain set of information, the state of your being praised or let down or whatever keeps on varying. Correct? Is that true? So, Santushta, Aniketah Stiramatihi, firm. The Dridadishchayaha, that's what he said earlier. We just saw that. Me Priyaha. So, this is what happened. The Mamakara and Hankara, how it goes. So, Asangaha, Asantushtaha, Apeksha, Akanksha, Shochaha, Dveshaha. This is the state of Ahankara. What does it leads to? Harsha, Marsha, Bhayo, Dvegaihi, Piditaha. Asamaha manapamanayoho, atulya ninda stutihi. So all these things come and then it is minus because of my action, these things happen, etc., 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 and we get into a destructive path. Okay. So of course, this is what the whole set of Bhaja Govindam can be put up in this small thing. So work. Set of work. We need to do that. We don't have much choice, though. Okay, let me start with this. How do you start any work? Prayojana, we ask, what is the end goal? You want to start cooking tomorrow morning, you start, okay, you want to make dosa, you better know that there is dosa batter, right? So the end goal is a dosa or a idli or whatever you want to set. Or you want to start some work, you want to set a target for the company, you know, okay, this is what I'm going to manufacture, this is what I'm going to sell. You know what exactly that sell point is. You cannot start without doing that. That needs to be done. The moment you say, what's in it for me? So all of you are, great mothers and all, so I don't know how to tell this. How many of you ask, why do I need to cook? What's in it for me if I cook? Versus, how much money am I going to get if I'm going to sell this? The same thing if you say, okay, I am going to sell this no matter what. Finish. End the matter there. The price will automatically come by. So I do that I do a lot of pricing strategies for companies. So this is one of the key things I said them to know. How do you do pricing strategy? What is your pricing strategy? The first 10 sales that you make should be without any expectations. The 11th one, the price is already set itself for you. And trust me, by the 20th sale you make, you're already in the 100th percentile of the set. You have set the benchmark. You can raise it from there. You don't need to bring it down ever again. Very simple. So the moment you stop that what's in it for me, but focus on the task. This has to be done, this has to be finished. It's a good thing. And with a feel-good factor. I mean, there is that very important bhava behind that activity, right? Why am I doing this is again what's in it for me. Why do I need to wake up and do this is another activity. What's in it for me business. You get rid of that. So I do a lot of pricing strategy in this way. And it given a lot of results. First thing, everybody comes and says, what should be the price point? So they give me a lot of analysis. I process all that. I know where all their competitors are, how much are they pricing, how much are they selling it for, what is happening. All the data is fully processed. They give me the final number. And they'll tell me we should start here, start there, do that, do that. They give me enough strategies. I say, stop. 10 sales, just go to the market, put it there. Let's see what the customer wants to pay for it. Start from there. Give it as a test and say you drop whatever you want. Come back and drop it. Out of the first 10, only one will get you a priced sale. But that price sets the benchmark for what the customer values it to be. Is it a good product? How is the person seeing it? So a lot of study. I use a number of tricks for them to work it out. But usually it comes out to be they usually are at least 15% above their higher the next competitor. So we get a lot of good results with it. Yeah. So yeah. If it's a good result, again, the moment you say what's in it for me, you're not satisfied, you reset goals. The moment you say my product has to be the 99th percentile of this and I should compete with this one and then go, yeah, you're done. You're almost done. Then you're taking this route. Then it goes to a very strange way and then you'll get it. It's not like you'll not get it. But at the end of the 50th sale, you're done. Your product is gone. You need to go back to the working table and start looking at a different product. If you want your product to eternally go on, you have to use a different strategy. So that's how it goes. So learn from this. Wisdom, no wisdom, then you go back. Sadness, depression, engaged work, blah, blah, blah goes on. Yes, drivers of contentment fulfilled. That's it. Goes on and on and on. This is the end all and be all of all this one. No result orientation, and then you directly come to this. This is very tense. Karma purifies your mind, and then you are Chitta Shuddhi is fine. This is easy to understand? No? Parvati Madhya says no, this is all useless. And
I said no.
Huh?
I didn't get it really fully.
Okay, I'll just give you your simple dosa example. No?
Yeah.
You love to make dosa. Have you ever asked why am I making this dosa?
Because we have to eat. I like to eat too.
Huh?
I like to eat too.
You like to eat too. That's a different story.
Yeah.
That's probably internalized and you're not looking at it. How many times have you made 25 dosas in a day, let's say, and then probably eaten at best one?
One, two.
But did you say, okay, what if I let me not make these 25 dosas today?
Yeah. The times you don't want to do it, you go out and eat or go eat in
Rare days, fine.
somebody's house.
Rare days, fine, fair enough. But a lot of times you just do it without thinking that.
Yeah. A lot of things in life, yes, it's conditioned. Yeah. You just,
You just do it.
yeah.
But that you're not asking what's in it for me, right?
No.
Have you been satisfied doing that?
Yeah. Mostly. Yeah.
That's it.
I
That's the whole
don't do
point.
things which don't
That's
make
the
me
whole
happy.
point.
I don't do it.
Hmm?
I don't do things that don't make me happy.
Yeah,
Like
you
I
don't do
wouldn't.
everything that way. There are certain jobs which you will do it that way.
Yeah.
Now, that's what I said. There are certain jobs which you will do it that way. Now transform that certain into everything. Everything that you do should be done with a way without asking for what's in it for me. That is the transformation that is being asked for. That is step one. Then you say start doing Bhaja Govindam. Then it will come out all right. Probably sometimes doing some things is not even forget what's in it for me. It's only going to harm me. It'll backfire.
No, it's not so much as what is it, what is in it for me. As like you said, when you do something, don't be affected. Of course, if I don't do a good job, I'm mad at myself. So is that saying I me?
No, not really. No, that is where you
Yeah,
say, I want to
that's
do
what
a
I
good
think.
job. That's
Yeah,
about it. Good job has to be done. I
yeah,
mean, every job has, that's where I said,
yeah,
you need to set a goal.
yeah,
That good job is a goal.
yeah.
Now, that good job need not be what's in it for me. Are you doing it for
No,
because
no,
somebody is going to praise me, somebody is going to do
no,
something?
no, no.
Because
I'm
the work
doing.
has to be done well. That's about
Yeah.
it.
So
That's all.
that's okay.
That's the goal setting. See, the goal setting versus what's in it for me is a different set.
No, there's no what's it. It's a job I choose to do, and I want
That's
to do
it.
it well.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
So that is what is leading heat to this part. Alternately, it can lead you here. So you choose not to change that job. No.
No, but you say I do some. I set myself a goal. I do it well, and I'm not supposed to be happy if I do it well, and
No,
unhappy if it
that's a
didn't
state of
reach my.
mind. That's just
And
a state of mind, right?
yeah,
You're contented. That's what is contentment, no?
yeah. But then can I be mad at myself if I didn't do a good job? You're saying don't be affected by the results. That's
Don't be
tough.
affected by, don't carry it over. Don't
Ah,
say that, "Oh, yesterday I did this. How can
no,
today
no.
be wrong?" See, that is what is carrying over.
No, that's where I didn't understand. You said don't take credit for whatever you do. Don't take anything, be happy with the job done or unhappy with the job not done well.
Neither be happy nor be
Yeah,
unhappy with it. Be contented with it. So
that
you've done
I
a
find
job
very
very
difficult.
well.
Yeah,
It has
then I'm
given you a level
happy.
of satisfaction.
Yeah,
So you have said thank you
yeah,
to that job,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Tomorrow you do the same job, but you are not happy with the work done. It is somewhat low.
yeah.
Still, can you say thank you?
No, I'm
You
mad at
learned something
myself.
from it. Or do you go back and say, why the hell did I do this? How can this happen to me?
Yeah, how can I
That
do
is the
such a
difference.
bad job? Yeah,
When you've done a good job, you give it up. You don't have a problem.
yeah, no,
This is the challenge with a lot of us, actually.
yeah.
This is a challenge with a lot of us Indians, especially who are, very, very focused on doing everything right. I wouldn't qualify so much as OCD, but still at some levels
That's
it all
OCD, runs in the family.
right. So that is where the I-ness comes in. When you have done
Um,
something, can you say, all right, fine, thank you. I'm still all right.
I'm trying hard to do that.
That is what you need to get back to, right? It's all right. Can you tell yourself it's all right? That is the question. So that is still what's in it for me coming there, no?
Yeah.
I'm not satisfied is I am not satisfied. That I, you're qualifying it with that I.
So unless you have some standard, something, then you're not going to work with something, right?
No, you are. See, you need a
Not,
goal. You need
yeah.
to set a goal. That is given. You can't say I'll do that. You can't start a work without a goal. There's no point in doing anything, right?
Yeah, you have a
In the
goal,
case
but you
of,
can just achieve it well or just achieve it mediocre.
yeah, the point is the goal is to achieve it well.
Oh, okay.
Or the goal is to not achieve it well also, if you want to do that. No, I mean, you can be there. That can be one of your goals. Not achieving it well as a goal, for instance. Okay. But the question is that satisfaction that you derive out of it affecting you? Is that something that you want to cling on to? Or can you just let go? You're letting away the satisfaction. Can you let away the dissatisfaction coming out of a bad job?
No, not so easily.
That is what you need to let go as well. If you can let go of that, then this becomes easy. So that is the purification part that is being talked about. Okay. So let's move on. Krishna, he says, Ativa me priyaha, me priyaha, me priyaha. Krishna talks a lot about me priyaha. Who is dear to me? Who is dear to me? If I were to, go back to this previous slide, Bhaktiman same priyaha, Bhaktiman me priyaha, then here also. Madbhakta seme priyaha. He says so many things. I love them, are dear to me, are dear to me, are dear to me, sort of statements, no? So let's just see who are those who are. Ye tu dharmyam rutam idam yathoktam paryupasate shraddha dhana श्रद्धादानाः मत्परमा भक्ताः ते अतीव मे प्रियः. As I have described above, socially stabilizing, that is basically living in harmony. That is the state of dharma. Dharma comes from that dhatu dhru. Dhrui dharane, sustainability. The word sustainability comes from that dhru. So dharma also comes from there. Dhrui dharane. So dharma is sustainability. So let's not, there is no, I think we should give up that debate on quote unquote sustainability. I had another slide. We'll talk about that slide some other day. But yeah, this is what is dharma. Okay. So at the same time, who are working towards that Atma through the parts of Bhakta, surrendering everything, giving up all tasks unto me, etc., 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 are the ones who are me priyaha. And this is the sum and substance of Bhaja Govindam. Complete sum and substance of Bhaja Govindam. Okay. So, yeah, qualities of Hanuman. So, Hanuman is, in fact, there are 5 Pancha Mahabhaktaha. One is basically Bhakta Prahallada, then Narada Muni, Hanuman, Hanumanta. Fourth one is Bhishma Pitama and Kuchela. If you look at these Bhaktas, they were Paramagnanis. They knew everything. There was nothing that was unknown, not known to them. In fact, Krishna goes and asks what I should do. It was the level of that in the Apara Prakriti, and Para Prakriti also they knew everything. They knew the Atman in its true self. That Gnana also they had. And they were Parama Bhaktas. Yasya Tvetani Chatvari Vanarendra Yathatava. So in Sudrakanta this comes. Smriti, Dhriti, Smritihi, dhritihi, matihi, darshyam. Sakarmasu na sidati. One who has the following four qualities is the perfect bhakta. Ability to think about issues and unfolding events. Smriti. Firmness with courage in adversity. Dhriti. In a state of adversity, you should see in Yuddha Kanda. Dhriti that our Hanuman showcases. I will get this done. Nothing. This is all easy. I will take care of this. In fact, to the extent that Sugriva is captured, he goes away. So somebody asks him, "Why don't I go? Why don't you go and save him?" Well, it's all right. Let it come to that. Sugriva also can redeem himself. He can let him fight and come back. If he can't, then we will think. There are many things, many places where he says that. Jambavan makes that statement after that. This one, what is that? Everyone is almost dying, and Lakshmana is affected by the Mrita Sanjeevani has to be brought, etc., etc. Jambavan is almost not there, so he asks. The moment he is woken up, he asks, how is everyone? He says Rama is okay. So okay, Rama and all is all right. Is Hanuman there? Is he still okay? He says, yeah, Hanuman is okay. Then we don't need to worry. Even if we all are dead, Hanuman alone will take care of all the things in Lanka and come back. That's why he was able to burn up half the Lanka and come back all alone and say, okay, he comes back. In fact, at the end of Sundarakanda, the proposal that Hanuman makes is straightforward to who is that? Angada and Jambavan. He says, let's not go back to Rama and trouble him more. He's already in so much trouble. Let's jump over. You all sit on my back. We'll all jump there. Finish off Ravana and all. Bring Sita back. Give it to him and finish the matter. This is the proposal he makes, by the way, and super excited. He says it's very easy. I have burnt half the Lanka and come back. What more is there to do? That is the ease with which he takes the thing. But then Jambavan steps in and says, no, look, it's all right. There's a task that we were given. There's a limitation to what we should do. We should go back, take it in right counsel and do things. Otherwise, Hanuman was all ready to take this up on his own and bring Sita back and say, end of job, finish. No more tasks for anyone. So, potential to analyze and discriminate. Matihi. He does this very deeply. At every point in time, he does this. Sundarakanda is one place where you will see Hanuman's character fully coming out. Or everywhere else, it is Rama, Sita, or Lakshmana, and everything else. Sundarakanda is one place where this one is very beautifully portrayed. Visionary to do things. Discriminate, that comes in the very first thing is tested. Suraya story. I think last year we did that Sundaraka and we did that Surasa story and all that. At some point we did this. Will never be found inadequate in finishing the job. Job is done, and once the job is done, is off also. You won't even know where that person, where he or she is. And Hanuman is never found after that. Job is over. Okay, now what? What next is the question that he'll come back with. Nothing more. That is what are the true qualities of a bhakta. If you start living life like that, lot of things change for you. That's the given. In fact, Hanuman also went through a state of suicidal state, depression state. Don't think that his mind was not fickle. He was also fickle-minded. He says, I couldn't find Sita. He had not yet gone to Ashokavana, and he says, okay, enough. I should now give. It will be very wrong for me to go back. I should just give up my life and go. That is the state he also got into. But then he quickly realizes, no, I'll be guided. Don't worry. Rama is there. Lakshmana is there. Rama, Lakshmana. There's a beautiful shloka that comes, and then he jumps and goes to Ashokavana. Says, no, but there are better forces. Now, please guide. Should I jump and give my life, or should I do this? That decision he does not make. There is a point of decision making which he is able to make that discrimination. That is the vision that you get. And is guided. He goes to Ashoka Vatika and then finds her, and then As they say, the rest is all history. So that is what is comes out. So Anjaneya Swami was the great Bhakta. Okay. So with this, we will stop, and we have remembered Anjaneya Swami for a good reason. Okay. Now what I want is, we have another half an hour, and I don't know whether we want to take half an hour or so. I want people to share their thoughts and ideas on what we should do, what we did, what we should do, how we should do, etc., etc., etc. What did you think of Bhaja Govindam? This is the end of Bhaja Govindam. May who is a Bhakta? Read Hanuman, you'll become the true Bhakta that we need to be. That's all. With that, I'll just end. Thoughts?
So yeah, I want to go first. So this is like a good stepping stone, no? I mean, if you want to learn about spirituality, I think this Bhaja Govindam is a good text to start with, because Bhagavad Gita has to I mean, you need to have some background to understand Bhagavad Gita, but for this is very easy to understand. So, and Bhakti Marga also is there. So it is very good for us to learn the essence of these shlokas and then pursue other texts. So I thought Bhaja Govindam is a good stepping stone. And also, I mean, whatever we talk about sadhana chatushtaya and all that, so it helps us get that, right? One of those things one of the 4 things we get for attaining liberation by reading this text. So I'm glad I learned it fully. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I was just reading a little more about it. It says that the first 12 verses were written by Adi Shankaracharya. And then he had 14 disciples or something, and each one wrote one of the verses, and then the last 4 he did just as a blessing for everyone. Is that?
Yes, that is the general accepted belief.
Okay.
That the first 12, in fact, even when we sing, we usually stop with the first 12. Because if there is a time constraint, and you want to sing just this one to, reinforce certain things, we sing the first 12 and then leave it at that. You're right about it. Then the next one will come with this, and then this one, last 4 are again. So totally 31, there are about 30, 31. That is the way it goes. But all of them, what is again consensually agreed upon by all the scholars is that all this had the blessings of Shankaracharya.
I did hear the last part.
All these shlokas had the blessing of Acharya.
Acharya, okay.
It was not like some were left out and somebody just added it to make it a part of it and so on. In our scheme of things, the way our philosophy and debates go on, it is not easy to add on something to something already existing. It's not like I can come tomorrow and write up a verse and say, no, this is part of Bhaja Govindam, I'll do this. That's not the way things work. So it is very clearly, there has to be a very clear way of doing it and very clearly done. And that's why if you look at, in fact, yeah, this is a good point that she has brought up, and I want to add a little more. It is, if you look at our Matatrayacharyas, Adi Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, followed by Madhvacharya. There are differences of opinion. There are a lot of things. And of course, their Shishyas are doing very different things, and I don't want to get into those debates. But if you look at them, there is a reason why they are called the Matatrayacharyas. The thing is, all 3 wrote the Prasthanatraya Bhashya and brought out their own version of the Margas in a very beautiful way. Acharya Shankara gave the Gnana Marga, saying how all these Brahma Sutra, Bhagavad Gita, and the 10 Upanishads, Dashopanishad, when he wrote the Bhashya, said all these 3 lead to this Gnana. This is what they go to. This is what they are. The other 2 also agreed, and then they said, you don't need to do it only in one way. There's a Bhakti Marga and there's a Sharanagati Marga. Sharanagati Marga was what Acharya Ramanuja gave. And then Bhakti Marga was what Acharya Ananda Tirtha or Madhvacharya gave. Right. So all three have to come up with some level of consensus on, some level of arguments on the same set of same set of underlying truth. That is the way Vedanta, where the what is called the Prasthanatrayi Granthaha. To the extent that Acharya Shankara was questioned by Vedavyasa himself, as in he comes in a subtle form and starts questioning when he's written the Brahma Sutra Bhashya. When he's writing the Brahma Sutra Bhashya, on the Chatussutri, he questions why this, why this, why this is not right, this is not right. He goes on and on and on, and the debate continues forever. One of his students points out, you're probably getting into a wrong thing. It's Vedavyasa only can give you these kind of arguments. This is what probably is giving. Then he says, then he goes down, there's a good this one. Then they say, Vedavyasa actually gives him the additional 16 years to go and say, you go around the country and then do the prachara of this bhashya, of all this. So that's how it comes up. So we have a systemic way of establishing certain things. So you cannot write. So all these 31 verses that we see, there could be a Pata Bheda in here and there, one word being this versus two words being that, etc. But overall, all these had this one of Acharya Shankar. So I hope that answers the question.
Yeah.
This is that way.
Yeah, so basically anything that we do, I mean, any work that we do, or any pursuit that we do, we should always, in the background, we should abide in the self, right?
Correct.
Keep that in the background. Then it becomes like seva bhava.
So the key thing here is Atma Sakshi.
Yeah.
Are we taking that Atma Sakshi and taking a step back, asking, is this the right? Is this what I should do?
Correct, yeah.
Is there a Samarpana to that Atma Sakshi?
Yeah. Yeah, then we won't be chasing pleasure too much. We'll assess every time, we'll assess and say, okay, let me go ahead. Yeah.
Exactly.
Actually, Shankaracharya is also actually hitting on you that you don't go that path. That is not the right path. Every word which he uses is so strong that it makes you, just as she said, it makes you think whether I'm doing this right or wrong. So, I mean, how am I to follow this or that? And where will I reach if I follow this, or where will I reach if I follow that?
So stop that. The idea is, Acharya Shankara is saying, stop that and say,
go this way, because this is the right path.
Way? Rather than saying this or that, ask what is the right way. Maybe there's a third way.
Yes. So that way it really makes you think what how you have to live your life. I mean, actually it should be taught at a very young age to children so that they're able to think over. But anyway, at least at this age we understand, and then at least we can try following.
No, it will all happen, don't worry. Yes. Your wishes will all come true.
Yeah.
So we're all children.
I mean, all this are brought out in some of the stories, like Vedantic stories.
Yes.
So those are the best for children. Yeah.
Different ways. The same thing is taught in multiple ways as a child, and however the way each person needs to understand will be made to understand in his or her own quote unquote language. Whatever that language is. Yes. There's a language of speaking, there's a language of communication, and there's a language of understanding. The communicator's language is different from the understanders or the communicatees language.
Yes, but what I'm saying, you might understand it in a different way. That is very much true. Yeah. I mean, what is your capacity to understand? You will actually interpret it in that way.
See, the whole concept of Atma Jnana is not something that goes beyond the ideas of capacity, ideas of artificial boundaries of dharma, capacity, incapacity, higher form, lower form, all the sense of dualities that you can make of. So in that sense, Acharya Shankara is saying everyone is the same, if not equal. Is exactly the same. Right?
Yes.
And how do you fathom that sameness is different. So that is where that sameness is given a different, spin at different levels for people to get to that. Good. Okay. Anybody else wants to say anything?
I want to know what will be your next project.
What will be the next project? Good question. Okay, that has been bothering you for a long time, is it? Okay.
Yes, yes.
We'll think it through. We'll think it through. Okay. Shalini Mohdaya, Vaktum Ichchati va?
I don't know. We could make suggestions. This one was very awesome. It was, at the intellectual level of understanding. I think you made it very easy for us. Very well explained. But we'll have to think of text. We can't let you go now.
Yes.
You can't let me go now. Okay. We'll think of that Prashnottara Ratnamalika then.
Yes.
Yes, that's also good.
That's
Or
really
even Tattva Bodha, where you can
That was,
also,
yeah, I was just going to
that
say
will
that.
also
Tattva
be
Bodha
good,
is also,
because
yes.
that will be the basics for many of them.
Yes. Tattva Bodha is where you get the fundamentals.
Yeah.
So let's do this Prashnottara Ratnamalika, which is precursor to Tattva Bodha.
Okay.
Because a lot of definitions come in there, then a lot of technical words I'll have to start using. Then Upadhi, what is Upadhi, what is Atma, what is Sakshi, what is this, what is that, and all that will get too technical. So technicalities, so asampragnata, sampragnata, all these things will come in with Tattva Bodha. So we'll give a little bit of we'll go step by step. Not a long way, we can always cover it in a long way. So we'll think it.
This Prashnottara Ratnamalika is also by Shankaracharya, right?
Yeah. That's Shankaracharya. There's a set of some 50-60 questions.
Yes, questions, yes.
One of them I brought, no? Kol Guru. That sort of questions. Those are basic things. Let's get those fundamentals cleared in our head first. Then we'll go to something like Tattva Bodha and Tattva Bodha, then Atma Bodha, then get into something more and more. We'll think it through. Nisha Mohdaya, you attended all the classes, I think. Yeah, she's not bad. Vijaya Mohdaya.
The best part of Bhaja Govindam for me is that we came to know what we are.
You came to know what we are. Fantastic. We are all done. I'm done. Very good.
It is what we have to do and what not to do.
Very good. So that's a big success. Fine. Nice. Glad to hear that. Very nice. So anything that you would like to add? Okay. Jai Balambika Mohdaya and Parvati Mohdaya.
Actually, for me, initially, every time I used to only hear and chant Bhaja Govindam when I hear to someone chanting on the CD or anything. But right now, after attending the class, after knowing the meaning, I feel so happy when chanting it.
Very good. So keep doing that. So Parvati Mohdaya.
I mean, Bhaja Govindam was something that I've heard from the time I was a kid. Didn't think much about it. Understood a few of them, but your class for me it was sometimes a bit overwhelming. A lot of new ideas, thoughts, which I thought were very difficult to follow. I mean, understanding was okay, but putting it in practice is tough. But I think I've changed a bit. Yeah. I hope little more than a bit. Yeah. In accepting, shortcomings and being kind to myself.
Nothing is a shortcoming. Why do you think anything is a shortcoming?
Not shortcoming. I mean, what I consider. So don't judge myself too much. And yeah. And I have a good excuse of age. So,
So you know the story of a stone and the water, no?
Yeah.
If you go
Yes.
to any river, for instance, you walk on the street, for instance, okay, bare feet. There are a lot of stones, no? They're all usually sharp.
Yeah.
Why are they sharp?
Because nobody has stepped on them and rounded them off.
Huh?
They haven't been eroded and softened.
No, on the road also, if you go,
Yeah.
most of them have been crushed.
Crushed.
That is, they have become a jelly in a very short span of time, going through a jaw crusher, very hard, abrasive. This one. You go to a river,
Yeah, they're
riverbed.
smooth with time. Yeah.
How are the stones? Is there any sharp stone? How often do you find sharp stones?
The erosion. Over time, they're smoothing down.
That is the job of bhakti. That is the job of these granthas. How do they? How do they? How do they? How do they? How do they become so smooth? They smoothen out because there's a water which is gushing over it and making it so smooth. And that's not true with oceans. You go to an ocean. I don't know if you have been there. Most of us go to beaches and all. That's a different this one. Oceans will have hard stones and sharp stones. Pebbles will be sharp. Think about it.
I got more than I bargained for. I thought
Because
it
it doesn't flow. It doesn't flow. It is
No, it's
because
not
this
going to
ocean
flow.
water is not that fast flowing as a river. Because
No, it's much faster. The waves are much faster, no?
Then
There's a reason. Just think about it.
But waves are only on the top, but the stones are deep down, right? Where
Think
it is
about
still.
it. Think about it. Think about it. Some other day we'll have a discussion around that. There's a deep meaning to this, actually. Waves versus how waves put up with a stone, how this one was. Okay. Thank you, Rishaji.
Sir, now I can talk. I'm outside,
Please,
but I
please,
can
please. Please.
talk.
You said it out.
Yes, so I really like these discussions and these thought-provoking questions, like the one that you just now told. Uh, so, yeah, it is very nice to see everybody else also in the same journey and sharing this with everyone and discussing because this is actually a subject that I like a lot. So I really, I would say that it's a, I enjoy listening. So it's very nice for me to discuss this with like-minded people. So that way I really like the class and also there's a lot of concepts were discussed in the class that was like a revision for me. And yes, of course, now I understand Bhaja Govindam much better. So it makes a lot of meaning to chant it and yeah, so I really like all these classes. Sometimes I am not able to participate, but I am listening and I yeah, I do
Yes.
keep a
Fully
track.
aware of that. No, this one at all that. Yes.
Yes, and I guess what sir was just now mentioning is that I mean I feel that's what he means, but uh, sir is just saying that by keep on listening to these things, we keep on polishing ourselves, and we'll be much better. We don't know it right now, we don't understand it, but we will get better and better at it as we move ahead. I think that's what he wants to stress on. Maybe you can just correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, and these classes well, you say that you are not good at it and all that. What sir is saying is actually uh, to give up the attachment with the result, basically. So whether it's a good or a bad result, it is okay because it is happening because of Bhagwan's ichha. So while I will try my level best to do uh, the best that I can, but sometimes I can also fail, and that's okay because probably that was what was meant to be this time. So it's fine and move ahead. Don't get you feel bad at that moment, but don't carry it the next day. Is what he means to say, I guess, for the there was a question by Parvati
Yeah,
Mahodaya
I got it.
sometime
Yeah,
back. Yes.
that's what I said. I'm
Oh
trying.
yeah, so
It's working,
I
sort of. Yeah.
yeah, so I like all these kind of discussions, but yeah, many times I am doing some other work, so I am not able to pitch in and talk. But yes, I really love to be a part of the class. Thank you so much.
Good.
Thank you.
So let's continue this.
Yeah.
Great. So it was all great having you, and thank you for giving me
Thank
this
you very
opportunity.
much, Mahodaya.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you.
Made such a
Thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you. Bhavani Mahodaya, you had something to add?
No, I was just saying, yeah, thank you for the wonderful explanations in each of the classes. It was very
I
interesting.
learned quite a bit, so I hope to continue this learning. I also want to learn a lot more. So Sahana avatu Sahano bhunaktu Sahaviryan Karavavahai
Yes.
Tamastu Mavid Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay, so with
And I
that,
Dhanyawad.
also
Thank you very
wanted
much,
to thank
Mahodaya.
you for
And
putting up with
you
my
will
ignorance.
you will post when you're going to start the next and how.
give me a month's time at least, so I'll
Okay.
pick up for a month.
You can give it. You will be posting in the same group, right?
I will check what to do. I will figure out something in the meantime. Okay. It'll be. I mean, it's all going to be with this one only. Nothing outside of this. This one will be. Groups will remain the same. I'm not dissolving any group. Okay. So I'll post things in the group, and we will see where to go and how to go about doing what.
Yes, that's it.
At best, how to do it. What time? Okay, and another question to all of you is Monday evening, 7 o'clock convenient? Should we change the timings?
No, I think
No,
it's
no,
convenient
they
for me from
posted.
my side, or maximum 8 evening 8 if it is acceptable to everybody.
Not later in the evening, please.
Huh?
Not too late in the evening.
Not
Yeah,
too
yeah.
late. I think this timing is
No, I'm
really
very
nice.
clear that
this is
we'll do
okay.
only up to 8:30. 7 to 8:30 is the time, but any
Or
other
eight.
day.
That's good.
Any other day. Should we think of changing the
No,
day or should
I
we?
think that would be the same. I
Even,
think
yeah,
this day would be
Monday.
better, Mahodaya. As it is, there are too much of classes going on.
Too many
Yes.
classes. Sushila Mahodaya is in
Yeah.
every class.
This is my
Yes, I
only
am.
class.
You ask her schedule, she'll tell you, okay, Monday, five classes.
Actually, I only
Ready to
don't
take
I don't
my schedule.
class only on 2 days, and I need that too for other things. That's it.
She'll say Monday, okay, Monday 10 o'clock, are you
Actually,
available?
on
Wait, I
Friday,
have a calendar. I need to check. So, yeah. So she's very meticulous about those things. I don't think she is very good with her iPad and she'll tick out, okay, this is the day. Okay, you can get your time now. So half an hour now here.
No, Maya, I'm not saying those in that way.
Yeah,
But
no. I'm just
too much
joking.
of
That's
Vedanta
great.
on the same day, it really, it is too heavy on me.
Okay. Okay, great.
That's
So we'll think about something. I'll come back to you people with something and say, give me at least time till March first week. I'll be traveling, I'll be out, I'll be doing things. Shalini Mahodaya, I need to talk to you sometime.